Hello everybody, welcome back. Let's have a look at some of these coins. On this video I'll just focus on XRP and not bother with these other ones that we're going to look at, and then I'll make a video directly afterwards where we're basically going to summarize what's going on with I suppose my most focused 4 altcoins that are bringing us into the alt season. And there will be an alt season. I'm not saying that we are in one just because we're getting rejected right now, but I believe there to be an alt season around mid-January. We probably might even be in full swing of it by then, but around about mid-January. Anyway, I'll make another video on that. So for the moment, let's just focus on XRP, shall we? So XRP is sort of having a very kind of what's the best way to look at it? Predictable behaviour at the moment, which is down. It's just going down because the fear is still pretty rife amongst people holding it, people not wanting to buy it and fear that they might not be able to sell it, or it's just going to continue to go down. So me personally, what I've been doing mostly is shorting it, to be honest with you. I've been doing a lot of shorting on XRP. The market's been, especially last night, was really, really good. In fact, yesterday it was really good trading this market. Now, you can scalp, and the way that I've been scalping is to be buying, going long on the strong coins like Ethereum and Chainlink, taking profit, and shorting the weak coins, which is XRP. So there's a method to my scalping range. I don't scalp the same asset. I basically go long on the strong and short on the weak. So just because XRP is weak, this is what the deal is for the moment. This is a 15-minute chart, and I know that 15-minute charts don't generally have a lot of relevance, but currently they do have a fair bit of relevance for XRP. So you can see the incredible fall from grace that XRP took, and this is a zoomed-out 15-minute chart. Okay, the method behind this madness is relatively simple. We've got 2 main things to look at. Okay, the first thing is the exponential moving averages. This white one being the 200 and this green one being the 50. So normally, what would happen is if and this goes for every time frame, but the higher the time frame, the more relevant. But 15 minutes often does do the trick. Now, if we can close and get supported above the 200 exponential for long enough for the green 50 exponential to remain above us, then what would happen is we were likely to continue with a slight and gradual uptrend. But bear in mind, this is just a 15-minute chart. What you would then want to see was that the green and the white would be starting to cross on the lower term time frames, which obviously we have not got anywhere close to that on the 30-minute chart, nor would we on these other charts. So we start with a 15-minute chart. On the 15-minute chart, apart from this one big mega pump, which was just brought back down with the rest of the market, what seems to be happening is XRP is dribbling down, and then it has a pop-up, a stab, an attempt to break above that, and then it gets sold off straight away afterwards. Dumps down, then again smashes right up into it, breaks above it, and closes down beneath it almost immediately. And what we're seeing now, as in literally in the last hour, another pattern emerging, which is basically it trying to push itself above and now coming down back beneath it. Likely to be, if I'd have caught this on time, a great place to go short on it. When we look at the larger term time frames, like we'll go to an hourly, for instance, and this is, by my standards, not a large term time frame at all. We're stuck beneath both of these moving averages, and basically we're having the same kind of pattern take place on the 50 exponential. So a break above it and then down below it. Break above it, sell it off. Break above it, sell it off. Break above it, sell it off. So what we've got to look at now is there tangible support levels for XRP on the long-term time frames? And I'd say that there is. We are holding, and we have essentially been holding, apart from that giant FUD situation, the bottom line of this blue box territory. And this has been relevant for quite a while now, for years in fact. And if we go back in time, we can see that we held generally mostly above it here, held generally most above it here, and all here, and then it became resistance and basically support again, resistance and support, and this was the top of our first little pop-up out of the initial accumulation zone down here. So it seems to be a natural place for it to hold above. It doesn't really want to, despite what everyone thinks, break down below this level. However, it can break down below this level, and if it did, it would be relatively nasty. We've already seen these wicks and these areas here of the most likely areas for it to break down to, and I would probably just signify this one with a simple trend line. We don't need a box This would be the area. What colour should we make that? A nice glowing red colour. This would be the area for it. I would expect to see the next area of support, and it would basically be where we reaccumulated down at these lower levels, and this is basically the 24-cent zone. Now if that did break, that's okay. We do have more accumulation zone down here around about between 17 and 19 cent. Anyway, it's not the end of the world. Like I say, these are all opportunities, in my opinion, to reaccumulate, because this is what we were looking to do on this channel anyway. And when some people were saying, "Oh, you didn't call this, I didn't know that there was going to be a SEC lawsuit." But what I anticipated was that regardless of where the top was or where the bottom was, we would end up reaccumulating down by this 200 exponential, which currently we are below. We're beneath that. So, this is still like catching a very, very slow knife. You could try and catch this knife. It could go lower. But basically, the reaccumulation zone should take place, and I expect it to always take place around the 200 exponential. That's how it did it this time. We had a very, 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 very big move, and then basically came all the way back down to the 200 exponential and reaccumulated around that level from the top for 79 days. It's quite a long time it took for the next push up. So when I say that we're catching, if you wanted to buy XRP back now, obviously there's risk involved with everything, and I'm not your financial advisor, but it is like catching a very, very slow knife. We could easily come down to this level or below, but for the moment we're holding around here. But the main thing to remember is we are beneath, at the moment we are beneath the 200 exponential. That 200 exponential, this white one here on the daily, will be a resistance zone. And until we break above it and prove it to be support, I wouldn't call for any kind of big move to take place with XRP, even if there was an alt season. But if an alt season took off and XRP broke above that level and confirmed it as support on a daily, then I would expect to see pretty much a decent, if not full, recovery. I know that sounds crazy, despite what everyone is saying with all these things going on. Now, I'm not saying that would happen, but these are the things that I'll be looking at for confirmation. At the moment, we're far from confirmed. Like I say, we're trying to catch a very slow falling knife, so it can be dangerous catching knives. I generally don't do it. I look for, I suppose, areas to buy in with confirmation, and we don't have anything like that. But this area so far is holding as support, and this support has been relevant for basically three and a half years. So for the moment, it's doing okay. I was watching it last night, as other things were dumping. Not dumping, but I was measuring out. I was trying to work out which is the best thing to scalp, and my rule, like I said at the beginning, was always to go short on the weak and long on the strong. So I was going long on Chainlink, but then I was watching Chainlink. Chainlink had actually fallen a great deal more than XRP. In a single sort of hourly time frame, it was having bigger moves down as well as bigger moves up. So it does show to me that XRP, I wouldn't say is strong, but this support level is relatively strong, and it doesn't really want to break down below it, despite everything that's going on behind the scenes of XRP. This 28 cent zone really, really pretty strong, but again, supports get broken, as do resistances. Otherwise, things will just trade level and flat. So I'm not going to rule anything out for the moment, and I wouldn't go buying any of this back at this level, particularly, even though it could be a decent investment and probably will be a decent investment. I'm looking for the confirmation. Now, my video yesterday where I was saying that the market cycle is still on, and it's still appropriate to look at that long market cycle in this next 12 months as for XRP has still got as far as I'm concerned, it's not broken at all. It's still on track, which means that I still believe that we're looking for an XRP of a low of around about $4 or so, and a high potentially of around about $16. I'm not saying that it will go to $16. Obviously, I've got my price targets where I'd like to scale out, and it's difficult to say what's going to happen in a 12-month period. But the market cycle does suggest that a $4 or maybe even $6.50 XRP is realistic, actually, despite everything that's going on right now. I know it sounds mad. So you got to trust in these long-term price analysis targets, and I do. So you could look at this and go, well, this is pretty cheap, at this level now. Now I'm not saying it's going to rally hard. There's better options out, for the short term. Definitely for the short term, there's a lot more better options out there than buying XRP. But for the long term, I don't really see too much of an issue with it. I mean, you're spreading your portfolio out. A lot of these coins, they've taken a hard hit, and some of them are doing extremely well. Like Ethereum, for instance. Ethereum's getting its own FOMO going on. It's a very strong chart. It's been a strong chart for a good 6 months now. It's been a very strong chart. But I like to look at charts and see which ones are looking to break out. And this one doesn't tell me that it wants to break out, but what it does tell me is that on the long-term time frame, everything's still good to go. So I'll leave a link for the for my I suppose market cycle video in here for you to watch, or just have a little look to see if you can find the XRP market cycle video that I made. And all of that is still completely relevant. This hasn't changed it at all in any way. So I'll leave it with you there, but thank you for watching. Hope you have a nice day. Take it easy. Oh, and before I go, just letting you know, if you want to set up a new Binance account, or if you've already got one, or if you don't have one, set one up using the link that I've got in the description below. That description gives you this referral link where you can set up an account with just your email address and a Google authentication code. So long as you're not buying and selling with fiat currency, you can have as many Binance accounts as you like, and this one will give you 20% off all your trading fees for life. So since I had this code, I created 2 more for myself, because my very first account doesn't give me any benefits. I pay all my trading fees just go straight to Binance, whereas now I get 20% back on all my trading fees. So my first account is kind of I suppose it doesn't get used. And my new 2 ones that I've got, one for bot trading and one for spot trading and futures trading, is done on this one, because obviously I get all my 20% fee back. Anyway, I'll leave it with you there. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Take it easy.